All right, good morning or good afternoon, class. Today's concept we are going to cover order of operations, PEMDAS, as some of you may know it. Um, if you guys always want to write, but when doing these problems, PEMDAS on the top of your paper in order for you to remember it, it would be very helpful. That's how I began learning it, just so it can get ingrained into your mind and so you don't forget it. PEMDAS, PEMDAS, is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. The only thing about PEMDAS is that multiplication and division, they're kind of a pair with each other, and then addition and subtraction is another pair as well. And when you see multiplication and division in the same problem, what you're going to do is you're going to have to be working from left to right, with addition and subtraction as well. It's kind of like reading a book. You're reading from left to right. So when you see multiplication and division together in the same problem, you're going to be working that problem left to right. And we're going to show some examples up here on how to work left to right with addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. So this first example, 4 minus 2 plus 5. You're going to be thinking, well, how do I solve it if there's subtraction and addition together? Even though subtraction over here is under addition, but how I told you they're basically a pair, they're basically together, so you work left to right. So here, though, starting on the left, if you're reading a book, you're going that way. So you do subtraction first. 4 minus 2 is 2. You can rewrite the entire problem. What is left? Plus 5 is the only thing that's left. And now you're left with 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 equals 7. And that is your answer. In this case, on example number 2, we're also working from left to right because we have addition and subtraction together, and how I told you they are a pair. 4 plus 2 is going to give you 6. You can rewrite the rest of the problem. Bring down the minus 5. 6 minus 5 equals 1. And that is going to be your answer. You're going to get an answer of 1. You wouldn't want to... in the case that you would do it backwards, you would get the wrong answer. So if you do 2 minus 5 first, you would get negative 3. You bring down the 4, you get 4 minus 3. You get the same answer. Wait, did I do it wrong?
No.
Oh, damn, that's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys saw how we got the answer of 1 and the answer of 7. I'm going to show you guys a couple of common mistakes that a lot of students make in order to get this problem wrong. But if you were to put this problem into a calculator, you would get with the answer 7. Now I'm going to show you guys a lot of the errors that students do and that you guys should not do. Is how you guys see in the list addition for subtraction, but they're actually a pair. But a lot of students mix it up and they don't work from left to right. They just see addition and they do addition. So they see 2 plus 5 and they just bring down a 7, and then they do 4 minus 7 equals negative 3. And if you were to put that into a calculator, you can put it in yourself and you're not going to get negative 3 because the answer is actually 7. So now I'm going to show you guys 2 examples using multiplication and division, and then a mixture of both of them. All right, so here are the 2 examples that we are going to do using division and multiplication. So from here, we do the exact same thing, working from left to right. So you're reading a book from left to right. You see the division first. You see 10 divided by 5. You do this. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now you can rewrite the rest of the problem. You get 2 multiplied by 2. And you get the answer. 2 times 2 is 4. So that is going to be, 4 is going to be your answer. You're basically working from left to right. You're doing simple division and simple multiplication. In this case, you read the problem, 10 plus 5 divided by 2. You work with PEMDAS. You don't see any parentheses. You don't see any exponents. But you see multiplication and division appear in this problem. You have this 5 divided by 2. So this 5 divided by 2 right here, it would fall under multiplication and division. So that would take priority over this addition. So you do, the common mistake.
Pause it.
Damn it. Okay. You're gonna do, All right, now we're going to go over these two examples with a mixture of division and multiplication and then addition and multiplication so you guys can see how they interact with one another. So on the first example, you have 10 divided by 5 times 2. We're also, because they're both the pair of multiplication and division, you're just going to be simply working from left to right like reading a book. What comes first is 10 divided by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. You can rewrite the rest of the problem. So you have 2 times 2. So you get with the answer of, let's read it. All right, so now we're gonna go over these two examples that have a combination of division and multiplication, and then in this one you have addition and multiplication as well. So you guys can see how they interact with one another. So right here we have 10 divided by 5 times 2. The multiplication division of the pair that I told you guys about. So we're just going to be working from left to right like reading a book. Right here, you have 10 divided by 5. You do this first. You you end up with 2. You write the rest of the problem. You have 2 times 2, and you get the answer of 4. That is going to be your answer. Now here, if you're following PEMDAS, we don't see any parentheses. We don't see any exponents, but we do see the multiplication and division in this problem because you have 10 plus 5 times 2. You see multiplication right here. So this, the 5 times 2, is going to take priority other than this addition. So you have to multiply 5 times 2, and you get 10. Now you can rewrite the rest of the problem. You have 10 plus 10. And adding those two together, you get the answer of 20. Now, a very common mistake that a lot of students do, because how I said work from left to right, they're going to want to just do the addition first. A lot of students just they see the 10 plus 5 and they're like, oh, that's 15 times 2 equals 30. But 30 is not the right answer because you're not following the rules of PEMDAS because multiplication and division take priority over addition and subtraction. Now, for the final example that we are going to do is 4 plus 2 in parentheses 6 minus 3 squared divided by 2. Right here, we're going to have a pretty long PEMDAS problem. PEMDAS, as you see, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we're going to go down the list to see what we have present in this problem. So do we have any parentheses present in this problem? We have this 6 minus 3 parentheses. So we're going to do that first because it comes first in the list. So 6 minus 3 is 3. Now, you can rewrite the entire problem coming down. So you have parentheses, squared, the division. So now we read the list once again. Do we have any parentheses left? You might be saying, oh, we have this 3 parentheses. Shouldn't we do that first? But actually, this parentheses together with this 2, it's actually multiplication. So do we have any exponents? We go to the next one. Do we have any exponents? We have this 3 squared. The 2 square, this 2 right here is squaring the 3. And it's not going to be 3 times 2, because that would be 6. You'd actually do 3 times 3. That's what this square means. So 3 squared is 3 times 3. Careful with that because a lot of students get confused with that. So this would give you 9. So you rewrite the rest of the problem down. Now you have 4 plus 2 times 9 divided by 2. We go through the next in our list. We have multiplication and division because there are a pair, and we're working from left to right. So we see a 4 plus 2 times 9 divided by 2. So we have this multiplication right here and this division here, but we're working from left to right. So this 2 times 9 would take preference. So 2 times 9 would give you 18. We rewrite the rest of the problem. 4 plus 18 divided by 2, we still have a division present. So we do that first. 18 divided by 2 would give you 9. You rewrite the last of the problem. You go through your entire list and you're left with addition and subtraction, and we are left with 4 plus 9, which would just give you 13. So that is the final answer for the problem. You get the answer of 13. So basically, what you're trying to do in this concept is just go through the entire list, make sure you're not passing by any of them and trying to do them correctly. Make sure you're always going through a list because you might have two multiplications and two divisions in one problem. So be careful with that. I hope this helped. Thank you very much.